Oi, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be something new and exciting. It's not going to be the usual upload like, the weird edits that are usually found on this channel. It's not going to be Messi shooting Ronaldo or Pep growing hair or anything weird like that. Today, we're going to go through all 20 clubs of the English Premier League, and I'm going to assign to them their top player. So the way we're going to do this, I split it into two groups. The clubs you see on the left, those are easy to pick because their top player is obvious. There's gonna be little room for debate here, but on the right, there's a lot of room for debate, a lot of gray area, because in contention there could be 2, 3, even 4 players that are considered the top players for those specific clubs. And let's get started. Liverpool, of course, just an embarrassment of riches. They got talent in virtually every position on the field, and the top player of a top team, easy for me, Mo Salah. There was a child on, I forget which, it was either Twitter or Instagram, saying Salah was not a Liverpool legend just yet. And to me, let me just put it this way. If Mo Salah retires today, automatic Liverpool legend. Simple. Liverpool legend. I mean, come on, guy. You can't argue with that. Oh, and by the way, no one asked for this, but here's a video I took of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk when they came to the United States a couple summers ago for their off-season matches, their preseason matches. And here's a picture of me and Klopp. There's a selfie of me and Klopp. Here's a video of De Gea warming up. Yeah, no one asked for those, but there they are. Southampton is next. Easy one for me. I think you guys know exactly who I'm going to pick. It's going to be Danny Ings. And just to tell you how well he's doing this season, he's been nominated for Team of the Year selection for FIFA 21. In fact, we're going to log in right now. We're going to scroll through and look at the big names there. You got Ronaldo, Messi, Mbappe, Neymar. But we're going to go ahead and solidify, lock in our vote for Danny Ings in Team of the Year, FIFA 21. Brighton and Hove Albion, one of my favorite teams. And I don't even know the reason why. I always have a career mode save with them in all the FIFAs going back to FIFA 17. Earlier this season, it was obvious that it's going to be Lamptey. Tariq Lamptey was amazing. If you're going to be that fast, you're going to suffer some muscle injuries like Lamptey has. So for me, Bissouma has been the top player this season so far for Brighton. Just to prove how good he is, he's getting some transfer attention from PSG, Real Madrid, and Manchester United. I mean, those are top clubs, and they definitely see something in him. He's by far Brighton's top player this season. Wolverhampton Wanderers, Wolves. A couple players in contention here. Adama Traore, Raul Jimenez before his injury, Podence. But top of the line for me, Pedro Neto. 4 goals, 3 assists. 7 goal contributions right there. He's been amazing for Wolves. And it would have been Adama, but he doesn't play as much as I would like him to play. And if you want to be a top player in a team, you have to be the number one choice, obviously. Manchester City, I will have to go with Kevin De Bruyne. Just so prolific, reads the game so well. The accuracy on his passes is amazing. There's things he could do with the ball that I haven't seen a lot of other players do, honestly. And he's head and shoulders above all the rest of his teammates when it comes to, goal contributions, having an eye for assists, and even the occasional goal here and there. One of the best, I would say top 3, maybe top 2 midfielders in the league. Or no, in the world. Top 2 midfielders in the world for me. The other one being also in Manchester, and we'll get to him a little bit later. We go on to Aston Villa. Great season they're having, with the near escaping relegation a season ago, and bringing in the likes of Ollie Watkins, Matty Cash, Russ Barkley. Great players have made a difference, but the player who's the glue, the player who holds these guys together and brings out the best in the club is the captain, Jack Grealish. Amazing player. Would love to see him in a Manchester United jersey, honestly. Maybe this January. Maybe that's asking too much, but doesn't have his. They took away his driver's license, but he still has, you know, the license to drive into opposition boxes. Yeah, that sounded better in my head. Manchester United, the team I support, the team I love. Easy, we brought him up a couple seconds ago. Bruno Fernandes. Let's not waste any time here. Bruno Fernandes makes Manchester United title contenders. Let me be clear. Without Bruno Fernandes, there'd be no talk of, title race. You know, Bruno. He's a Portuguese magnifico. He goes left, he goes right. You know the rest. Or not. You're probably not. United supporters. Anyway, we go on to Leicester City. Obvious, so easy. Doesn't get any more easier than this, dude. Jamie Vardy. I really like Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes is an amazing talent and prospect. But when Vardy puts up 11 goals and 5 assists, 16 goal contributions halfway through the season, my hands are tied. I can't pick anyone else. My hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. Moving on to Newcastle. Callum Wilson is their top player. Just to keep it short and simple. 8 goals, 3 assists. Callum Wilson, Newcastle's number 1. Crystal Palace, we're going to go with the one and only Wilfried Zaha. I would be surprised if most of you go with Eze. For me, maybe Guaita, the goalkeeper, is in contention. Zaha, I mean, with him and without him, it's like night and day. Burnley Football Club, just doing a little research. Ben Mee, their center half. I dug up this stat. 6 games without him to start the season, 1 point, and then 9 games since, 15 points. Okay, so basically we just made it through the easy ones. These are going to be the harder ones. I think there's 9 of them, 9 clubs. These are going to be my personal opinion, and I want to know your opinion. So for each one, leave it down below who you think is their top player. I'm going to go through mine. Everton, goals are king, obviously, in the Premier League and football in general. So their top goal scorer started the season really well. Recently, his recent form has not been as good as his beginning of the season form. But DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, is my Evertonian player of the half season, you could say. Same deal with West Ham. I picked Bowen. Arsenal. What can you say about Arsenal in their season so far? The less said, the better, probably. We'll just leave them alone for this one. Their top player should really be Aubameyang, you know. Not the same after he signed the contract. I hate to say this, but I had to toss a coin. It was 50-50 between Bukayo Saka and Kieran Tierney. I went with Tierney because I think he's... I don't want to say more important. Just the fact that he's captain potential. He has potential to be Arsenal captain. There's something about him. Leadership skills, that's what I'm trying to say. His leadership skills. And I don't think leadership skills should be considered when you're talking about top player, but I had to choose between them either way. So there he is, Tierney, Arsenal number 1. Chelsea, Chilwell, Mendy, the goalkeeper. Big difference in defense for them. But I'm going to go with N'Golo Kante, World Cup champion. I mean, this guy is so good in the engine room. Almost seems like he has 3 lungs. He could run all game. A lot of teams in world football would break an arm off to have N'Golo Kante in their midfield. Spurs, Tottenham Hotspur. This one, let's be honest, it's going to be down to 2 players. 2 players. But before I mention the 2 players, I want to shout out Højbjerg. What a player. Especially for Jose Mourinho, who loves, defensively sound midfielders, strong, aggressive. The top 2 players, Son and Kane. Personal preference, it's going to be Sonny. Leeds are next. This one's a tough one because there are a lot of considerations because they play so well under Bielsa. Stuart Dallas, Harrison, Bamford, Ayling. A lot of good players. Muslier, their goalkeeper. I almost picked him, but I have to go with Ayling because of the fact that he stands out in all the Leeds. I've watched a lot of Leeds. Ayling, every time he plays, is a top player, does well defensively, runs all game, contributes in the offensive final third. And then we're going to end the video with the remaining clubs, West Brom, Sheffield, and Fulham. We're going to quickly go over these because of the fact that I haven't watched a lot of these 3 clubs in particular. So you guys are going to help me out with that. If you watched a lot of West Brom, Sheffield, Fulham, or are knowledgeable on those clubs, please tell me who their top player is. I'm just going to go off my opinion. West Brom, I'm going to go with Pereira over Ghana. I know they're 2 top prospects, 2 up-and-coming players in the league. I went with Pereira just to the fact that I knew him last season when he played in the championship. I knew of him. I didn't know Ghana that well last season. Sheffield, I went with Berge because of the fact that I used him in FIFA career mode, which is not a good reason, but there it is. Fulham, Bobby D. Cordova Reid, and let me know Fulham and let me know for Fulham down below because I have really no idea. Maybe 2-3 matches I've watched this whole season. Yeah, not very good. And with that, we're gonna wrap the video. Those were my 20 best players for all 20 clubs in the Premier League.